Okay, we'll open the meeting and start off with the pledge of allegiance to the flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Young. Here. Lugo.
Here.
Elmore.
Here.
McCray. Here. Yay. Porsche.
Here.
Made it on time.
Perfect time.
Good girl.
You have to take your hat off.
Free ride.
Okay, next item is to approve the minutes from the last meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Second.
Roll call.
Porsche.
Yes.
Lugo.
Yes.
Young. Yes. McCray.
Yes.
Elmore.
Yes. Okay, the next item is the bills. And I've got it on the list, but we might as well go through it, because you'll probably notice it. The Ameren has been at it again. They used to charge us about 50% of our electricity costs for delivery charge. The delivery charge is more than the electricity now. This building, it was over $900 for delivery charge this last month. And I looked at my home, and it was the same way. So if anybody's got any ideas, I tried to call them yesterday, and they said, I was busy, call back later. So they're apparently not taking calls.
I think we assumed that was pretty well gonna happen when they went out to this
Yeah.
bidding on electricity, and that this is one way they're gonna get their
Yeah,
money back.
they're getting their,
Yeah, I was afraid of that.
yeah. But I think it's with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're charging it, so, but I just wanted you to know what the deal was.
Are you guys in on that too, buying that? Your
Electric. I think,
Aren't they?
I think you are.
I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah.
That's probably why yours.
We're all under the same program right now, correct?
Right. Yeah, I think so.
That's the point I'll bring up today
Yeah.
when I see them
Okay.
also.
All right.
Make a motion the bills be allowed to pay.
Second,
Second.
roll call.
Lugo.
Yes.
McCray. Yes. Porsche.
Yes.
Young. Yes. Elmore.
Yes. Okay, visitors and guests, I think, John, we got John Gillard,
I'm just here to learn.
just here to learn, okay. And John Colbert, which we'll hear from a little later. Okay, Mr. Dahl is not here. And Mr. Pesto from the Highway Department is here, so.
I don't have anything on the agenda, guys, so if you're looking for that sheet, quit looking. Just wanted to let you know that since the state's turned loose my MFP money and I should be getting everything on time now, we're gonna open up, start taking applications to fill Larry Greener's position. He retired. Applications will be due by the 23rd. Interviews the last week of August sometime, and hopefully by the first September meeting, we'll be able to extend an offer to somebody and get somebody in the middle of September so we can get them knowing what they're doing before the snow starts flying and don't have any issues there. So just kind of want to let you guys know what's coming.
Eric, we have anything with our pipeline companies? You know, we've had the one down south of Pokey that came in, and also, I guess, over here on the eastern part, No road damage, everything all right?
There's some road damage to the north, mostly where for us, where the crossings are at. They're still in the process of putting everything in place. I haven't got any major issues of anything blowing up that they aren't, I mean, they're doing a pretty good
Yeah,
job.
they always
taking-
do a pretty good job.
They're doing a real good job taking care of it right now. Once they're done and out, then we'll step in, assess damages and get.
You know, they still down Pokey, you know what? I think they're done.
They were down in the bottoms there for
Yeah,
not too long ago.
Yeah, I
The
went
signs
down
were
there a
still
couple
up the
times.
other day. I seen some signs up the other day, so. But I haven't seen much damage from that one.
yeah, I didn't either.
And I haven't heard, I know Steve would definitely chime in if there were issues on any of his roads, so.
All right, thank you.
What about, weed spraying? Have you got anywhere with that?
The guys were out spraying the last 2 weeks in between the rains. They actually went out one day and it rained. Wasn't supposed to rain.
I can believe that totally.
It wasn't supposed to rain, and it rained on them, but everything they sprayed is turning a nice yellow, brown color right now,
It's
so.
good.
There's a lot more to spray than we had time for, but we're getting it in between getting the roads
And we're
repaired.
getting some. You say we're doing something.
Yep.
Okay, thanks.
And they've got all of the right-of-ways bought for the pipeline.
Yeah, the pipeline is.
Through the state, the way I understand it.
Yeah, they've been welding coming through. I haven't been up there the last couple of days, so I don't know if they've started burying anything yet. But the welders have been working quite a ways through. They may be through the county by now welding, I'm not sure. Yeah, they beat the roads pretty good hauling all the pipe in. Most of those are township roads. Michael's roads kinda got hammered pretty hard. But, they kept them swept. They had a broom running all over the place. They kept everything bladed out, looking good, so.
That's a lot of pipe.
Thank you, Jeremy. All right, the next, we've got the Southern Illinois Bicentennial Celebration information. I'm gonna put that off for a while. Our bicentennial for the county, been talking to Mr. John Coleman, and would you want to come up here, John? And he has agreed with your permission to run the, run the.
chair.
Okay. Thanks for the warning.
Yeah.
Run the
Yeah.
county bicentennial. He was running, or helped with the city, and
I was vice president for the Greenville Bicentennial, but I'm here today representing the Bond County Historical Society. And we've talked, and I know you all have talked about the bicentennial next year as to what to do. I'm treasurer of the Historical Society, Kevin Mtg is president. So he and I started as a discussion, we sort of said, well, we need to do something. And I think for us being the Bond County Historical Society, it would be appropriate for us to take on something and try to help with it, get it going. So what we have talked about, and with the approval of our board has talked about it, we would be willing to set up a committee that would work under the auspices of the Bond County Historical Society. Set up a committee that would work to plan and try to raise money to do some sort of celebration next year to commemorate the Bond County Bicentennial. What that is and what we would be able to raise and all, of course, is unknown at this point, but we would need to organize a committee and get started with it. We're sort of behind, I guess, in what we could have done, but I think with some, a little bit of elbow grease, I think we can probably get stuff going and get something planned. The county's, the official date of the county's inception was January 4th of 1817. But January is, of course, not a very good time to plan any kind of event or celebration. We can maybe do some sort of ceremony here at the courthouse to officially commemorate it, and then have some other event take place later on in the year.
questions, comments?
Glad to have you.
I am too.
Well, I kind of suspected you would.
Yeah, I jumped up and down when I got that phone call.
Yeah, I heard a little relief in your
Yeah.
voice, yeah. So, so I guess what we need from you, I guess, is just, your support and your authorization, I guess, for us to proceed with that. As I said, we would work under the Bond County Historical Society, we would be a committee under them. So as far as, you know, we're a not-for-profit, we also have a sales tax number, so we would be able to sell merchandise and things like that. So, to raise money. Is there any input as to what you all would like to see happen, or?
Just showcase the Bond County,
Sure, sure.
our industry, how, you know, how we progressed, you know, from how we got started, how we progressed.
Sure.
That's not, that's the main
Well,
thing.
one of the things that we're aware of, and, you know, being Bond County Historical Society, there's always that mix of, you know, how much is Greenville and how much is Bond County. So I think we're very aware of the fact that we need to, you know, spread this out, you know, throughout the county and try to do something that would be, you know, involve the other communities. One of the suggestions that we had, something that worked really well, and we got a lot of good feedback during the Greenville Bicentennial, was we had the cemetery tour up there, Montrose Cemetery. I don't know if any of you were on it or heard about it, where we had people actually reenact some of the significant people that were buried there. And we thought maybe that's an idea that we could do with some of the other cemeteries in the counties and some of the other towns, and maybe in conjunction with their homecomings or some other event that's going on there, and that would be good outreach for the county.
I see in Pocahontas, they have a meeting this month, and there's a lady on there, I haven't met her yet, but I'm gonna go to that meeting on Pocahontas'
Oh,
history,
okay.
on the history.
Okay, sure.
And
Sure.
I'll meet her, and have her get in contact with you.
Yeah, and they've got some good people over there that would you know, be willing to help. Sereno too. Sereno there's several people up there that are really interested in Sereno's history. And, Historical Society, just the meeting they had last week, I wasn't able to be there, but they had a meeting where they went through the old Del Rennie store, Pocahontas. And yeah, so if any of you get a chance to do that, it's really cool. You know, it has the old theater over there. And they still have the old banners hanging up. There's a banner up there for Brd Motors with like a Model T Ford, I think, painted on it. And it's still hanging up there all these years.
Original, I don't think they ever.
What's that?
I think all that stuff's original.
Yeah, it's all original. Yeah, it's been there
Yeah,
for decades.
I've seen some photos, I haven't been in it yet.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. So
they're working hard on it.
They are, and they've done a terrific job, and they've cleaned up a lot of stuff and really painted and fixed it up. So yeah, these people have done an awful lot of work. Something else we're doing is later on is every year the Historical Society has a church program where we kind of pick a church somewhere around the county, and we have a meeting there and talk about the history of that church. And so this year we're going to do the Presbyterian Church in Sereno. So it's just an example of how we try to reach out to the county and do things.
Will you let John get in contact with that Southern Illinois person like this year?
That's
So that he
on my
can-
agenda.
So John can know what
I-
everybody else is doing too.
I didn't want to overwhelm him, but
No, no, no.
Well, and
That's too late. You've
I think
accepted.
first things first, and that's coming, and they're planning that for 2018, right? So,
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
in September, they're going to have a meeting,
okay.
and I'd like for you to go.
I'll keep it a spake, sure.
Want to, but.
Sure. Well, I think if we get a committee together, and if, I don't know, if someone on the board wants to represent the county board on that committee.
Spank him, he.
You know, I think to help us plan, I think, you know, we could start meeting this month and probably hammer some stuff out. Kind of get an idea of direction where we're going, and then we can keep the board updated as to what we're thinking about.
I make a motion, we appoint the Bond County Historic Society, and John is our point man. I can't remember your last name, John.
Coleman, yep.
And,
I'll second.
Roll call.
sorry.
Nuco,
Yes.
Porsche,
Yes.
McCray,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Elmore.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
And
I'm stuck now.
you're stuck. Who would like to be on that committee with them?
I would rather not. I want to see what they're doing at Pope and probably
Maybe
maybe
help
get
with
involved.
that.
I'm gonna get involved with that, I think.
We're gonna try to pull people, I think, from the community. They don't have to be a member of the Historical Society. We have a quilt show committee right now that does the quilt show every year, and those people aren't necessarily, we give them honorary membership in the Historical Society, but they're not, necessarily active members, so you don't have to be, a member of the Historical Society to be part of it, so.
Hey, John, Nancy's got all that stuff from cemetery tour.
And that
She'd
was,
probably be more than happy to give it all to you.
that was gonna be our next phone call, was to Nancy,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
I think she'd be happy.
if she wants to help, I don't know. if she
She
wants
doesn't
to-
talk on her behalf. She's
Okay, I understand, but we'll call her and see
What,
she
what do we do? Say expenses,
do what?
expenses, your
Yeah.
travel, or go to these meetings, or where do you get the money for this, or do we need to have some funding through the
Well,
county?
for the Greenville Bicentennial, our two sources were from sponsorships, where we had people, give us money in return for, they got some sort of,
Okay.
recognition and,
Right.
and marketing, approval from it. And then, the other thing was selling merchandise. It turned out that the sponsorships, plus we got money from the city of Greenville for tourism. Plus they did other things for us, like help hang banners and things like that around town. So, plus a lot of volunteer work, which,
Sure.
we ended up with a lot of work that we didn't have to
But
pay
I
for.
figure you're gonna be doing some traveling, I know that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
going to these meetings and see what happens here.
Well, going to Southern Illinois, I don't know if that's something, I guess we can work out, but.
Yeah, you could maybe go down the first time to see, what you think of it.
Sure.
And we've got a little time with them.
Sure.
As to, because they're going to start the year, but they're getting ready.
Right.
For what they're going to do. Okay. Anybody-
Thanks, John.
Okay.
Anybody want to be on that committee?
I would rather not.
Are you the guy?
Well, I might if my wife.
Okay. All right. Well, we won't work you too hard, but.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right, thanks.
John, thanks a lot. We
We'll talk
sure
to you.
appreciate it. Glad to
Thanks
have
a
you
lot.
aboard.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
Lexi,
Okay, that takes care of it. The employees' health insurance for 2017, I think we probably need to put that off, go into executive session. There's one or two things that we need to talk about that before we come out in open session, but we will try and get that passed today. One thing, on the health insurance, we haven't bid the supplemental life or dental or, there's one more. Huh? Vision. Do you want, we haven't bid it since we've been here, or this board has it. Would you want to bid that this time?
Oh, not having any trouble with it, are we?
No,
Rates ain't really.
Well,
I don't know.
Maybe we should bid it. It's been that long.
sounds like a plan.
It doesn't take too much to bid that, so do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to send the supplement insurance for vision, dental, and what else? Life insurance out for bids.
I'll second.
Roll call.
McCray,
Yes?
Porsche,
Yes.
Young,
Yes.
Luca,
Yes.
Elmore.
Yes. Okay. Next item on the agenda is rabies vaccine, and I was talking to our animal control Huh?
Pass Nick if you got a shot.
And what he recommended, and he had contacted the veterinaries, is to establish $10 for 1 year or $20 for a 3-year shot. So, and I think that's not any higher than anybody else around.
Do you have to be licensed to administer the vaccine?
Got a question? They usually have the veterinaries do that. I think,
Are we gonna have Jim do it, or are we gonna have,
no, it'll be
oh, okay, excuse me,
Yeah.
interrupted.
the veterinaries do it. Dr. Schreiber and Dr. Hemper are the ones that usually do it.
Can I interject on the subject a little bit?
What?
Can I interject
Sure.
something on the subject a little bit? You know, we have a lot of animals that come in that aren't chipped. Are we gonna have some type of chip day or something on that order?
That is in the process. Jim is going to
Okay.
get that.
I know the most we can charge by law is only $15.
Yeah. Yeah. That is something that's in
Jim's
In
been
the
doing
works.
just a wonderful job,
the, yeah.
a lot of compliments, how wonderful he's doing. It's really great to see that.
Mhm.
Obviously, you gotta make sure you fulfill everything.
Huh?
Have we ever worked anything out with the city?
I'm waiting for Mr. Whitley
What are you waiting for Willie for?
to work out the plan between the city and the county and the dog pound.
Is he dragging his heels on
Well, we
Yes.
have- Yes.
that? Okay.
I mean, you know, we have a thing, and Jim's had it, his reports, 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Most of the dog picking up has been here, half of it's been in Greenville itself.
I've been seeing, watching that, yeah.
Yeah, and we'd like to get this settled, so we have it on our salary, how we're gonna work this.
Okay, I agree with you.
And it's been laying here for 2 or 3 months. But I'll make a motion that we concur with the recommendation of the animal control officer on these 2 fees.
Yeah, I'll second that.
$10 and $30
Yeah.
for 3 years.
Mhm. $20.
For $3 for 3 years, sorry.
20. Roll call.
Is that-
Luco.
West- Yes.
Portia.
Yes.
McCray.
Yes?
Young.
Yes.
Elmore.
Yes. Okay. Sheriff's report for the month of June.
I'll make a motion to approve the sheriff's report for the month of June.
Second.
Roll call.
McCray.
Yes.
Luco.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Portia.
Yes.
Elmore.
Yes. Okay, rising electric costs, we have talked about that. And any old business?
And the only thing I was wanting to discuss is about the dog catcher,
Yeah.
that's the only thing I had.
Yeah. New business? We Probably need to,
I'll make a motion to go into executive session to discuss, union contracts, personnel, any litigation, and expeditions, and discuss our employee health insurance.
I'll second.
roll call.
McCray.
Yes.
Young.
Yes.
Luco.
Yes.
Portia.
Yes.
Elmore.
Yes.
Health insurance will be brought up after.
Yeah, afterwards,
If
we
everybody
will bring that up.
Howard, someday this week.
Go back
will
to
you
work.
Talk to me
Hey,
about,
I heard you say that.
talk to me about the issue with the pound and what we're not doing on the city part. I don't understand